Rather than simply hitting the ball by dropping your hands or twisting your waist, it's important to focus on a complete technique. It's a well-known common sense that you should pull your hands in to create a lag action and hit the ball while maintaining cocking, thinking that this will make your waist move a lot. However, my perspective is a bit different. I would like you to think about it this way. For example, let's imagine that we need to drive this ball deep into the ground accurately. Think of it as using a hammer to drive a nail. You would lift it up and then use the hammer to drive the ball in. But what if you move your hands like this? There wouldn't be enough space, right? As you can see, you would either hit somewhere else or need to step back a bit to hit accurately. Let me try hitting the ball by pulling my hands in a lot. In this state, if I pull my hands in, I hit the ground behind the ball. Of course, there are ways to hit well without hitting the ground behind the ball even in this state. If I lower my hands in this state, I need to rise up to hit the ball. You need to drive the ball into the ground using the hammer. So, after lifting it up, what should you do next? The hammer should go first. The hammer goes first, and then we follow. Again, in this state, the hammer goes first, and then we follow. Now, let's try lowering the hands, as per the golf tip that says to lower the hands. If you lower them, there wouldn't be enough space, right? You would either hit somewhere else or need to hit slightly off. The backswing happens, and then instead of pulling your hands into this limited space and hitting the ball while avoiding it, you should swing with the feeling that the hammer, which was farthest away, comes in first. It might seem like casting. The backswing starts, and the hammer should come in first. Then, the hammer starts coming in like this. Does it look like casting to you? Did it look like you were casting? If the club comes in first, it might feel like casting to anyone watching. Casting is often thought of as an incorrect shot, where the wrist is bent and the cocking is excessively released. Let me show you how to properly hit the ball from this position. My feeling is like lifting a hammer, and then the hammer that was far away comes in first. And finally, my body and my arm follow. The hammer comes in first. This is how it should be matched, right? When you apply this golf swing in this particular way, the backswing starts, and then the club comes in first to hit the ball. Let me try hitting it again for you. Instead of just dropping your hands to hit the ball, or simply turning your waist to hit it, you should try hitting it with the feeling that the club, like a hammer, comes in first to make contact with the ball. The club starts first, and then the club comes in first to make contact. It will feel like this. Trust me. Again, the club comes in first, and it will look like this. From the top of the backswing, instead of pulling your hands down, the club comes in first, from this position, just like this. There was a bit of topping, but again, from this position, the club comes in first, just like I showed you. So, you don't need to think about pulling the club down with your hands as much as you think, really. Even if you feel that the club, which was the farthest away, comes in first, it will never result in casting. Trust me. The hammer comes in first, always. What happens if you pull it down with your hands from here, you might ask? Since it's obvious you'll hit somewhere else, you'll definitely hit it while standing up. So, the way to hit the ball from your position is to get the feeling that the club, which went far, comes in first. The club that went far comes in first. My intention is not to pull down my hands at all. At first it may feel like you're casting a lot, and you might think you're practicing something wrong. However, try recording a video and watch the front view in slow motion. You'll be able to confirm that there's absolutely no casting happening.